Barks Remarks is the podcast where we talk about the comic book stories of the legendary duck comic artist Carl Barks. This trailer features highlights and the favorite panel segment. This episode is devoted to You Can't Guess, a Christmas-time story of wish fulfillment, where Donald's nephews must guess what he wants for Christmas in order to get the building set of their wishes. This was released in October of 1950 in the publication Christmas Parade. But are there any favorite panels that we didn't get to mention or that anyone wants to highlight?
No, but I always appreciate when you do bring attention to the art, because I do my thing sometimes where I get stuck in read mode and I can't switch to picture mode. So I really appreciate when you point out little things like that car in the window, Warren, or just everything. I like the attention that you give in this podcast, and I hope it's useful to listeners who might not have a copy of this comic right in front of them to hear us talk about various panels.
Yeah,
and aside from the splash panels that we talked about and some of the wonderful artwork that Sarah's pointing out, I think this is another great. It was a cluster of panels that really stood out, and it was little mini scenes like the incredibly long list of things that they thought Donald wanted, and then you jump to the next page and it's Donald fighting on the couch. Those little sequences are just classic in itself. Maybe for me, it was the nephews who'd kind of dominated this story early on and throughout in a way. I love their moments, I guess, and it's probably one of my favorites.
Awesome. Yeah, there are a ton of great panels in this one, and most of my favorites are super predictable. You know, the end one and the beginning one and the automobiles. But I got to come back to that one with Gladstone with his long face, because it's cracked me up ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a winner.
And I do love this story. You know, this one is so much fun, and I love the way that he constructs it in a way where the story almost tells itself, right? He puts it on this track, and we get to see this relative come into the story and handle things in their way, and the next one, and then they all come together in the end in a way that is, to me, really satisfying. So I think this is a great story, holds up really well, and I'm delighted we got to talk about it.